This is our 1981 280ZX. We're going to be putting in some new rear sway bar end links with bushings. And just to prepare for this, you'll want to loosen the lug nuts on your tires. Make sure you block the front tires. We use a floor jack, and we're going right up underneath the differential, which is what the FSM says to do. I put a block of just a piece of wood there just to help spread out some of the force on the floor jack. And then we've got our jack stands, safety stands right there, and we're going to go ahead and get this set up for the next step now. Here you can see the underside of the sway bar end link, and you can see how those bushings are kind of cracked and worn. So all we really have to do is unscrew that bolt, just follow it up to the top from that nut, and we'll just disassemble the whole thing. This factory end link bolt also looks like it's kind of corroded, so we're going to spray some penetrating lubricant in there on both sides and just kind of let that work its way for a while. After spraying that penetrating lube, I'm just going to give it a little, very light tap with a hammer just to help loosen up any of the corrosion that's in there. We'll give it another little blast, wait a little bit, and try to undo these bolts. I've got a 12mm deep socket on the top so that I can have just better leverage working from the top, and then I'm just going to use a 12mm box wrench on the bottom to hold the head of the bolt in place, and we'll just try to unscrew the nut off the end of the bolt now. We've gotten the bolt out of the car, so I just wanted to show you the order of how everything was assembled in there. So this is the top. This is the nut that was sticking out the top. There's a metal washer, the bushing, a bottom washer. This wrench is representing the suspension arm. Then another washer, bushing, washer, spacer, washer, bushing. This represents the sway bar, this ratchet here, bushing, washer, and then the final nut head that comes, bolt head that comes all the way through here. What we'll be putting in is some energy suspension polyurethane bushing end links, and the difference here is that you will not have the washers up against the suspension arm or up against the sway bar. The polyurethane is going to be directly in contact with those two pieces, but this is the order. You will want to have a little bit of play in the end of the sway bar in order to install in your end links. So after you remove the old end links from both sides, you're going to want to go to the sway bar brackets underneath the car and loosen them up. You don't need to take the sway bar out. It's really annoying if it falls completely down. So just loosen up those bolts so that you have maybe a 1/4 inch of play that you can move around to get those other bushings in between the sway bar and the suspension arm. It doesn't matter whether the bolt head is coming from the top down or bottom up, so we're actually going to put it with the bolt head on the top. It's just easier to assemble this way because I don't have to worry about this bolt head ever just dropping to the floor. I don't have to hold it with my hand. It's just going to hang there, and then I'll just build it from the bottom up. As you rebuild this and put it back together, just make sure those little nubs that stick out one end of each bushing is going to go into the hole at the end of the sway bar. Remember, you need a little bit of play in this sway bar in order to be able to fit these bushings and the collar and everything in there. So don't tighten down one side until you've got both sides assembled loosely. Then you can go and tighten those sides down, and then finally we'll tighten down the sway bar bracket. If you are using the energy suspension kits, the nut and bolt head sizes are 14mm, so just make sure you have a 14mm sockets as well. I've got this side tightened down, and here you can see on the bottom end how much of the bolt is sticking out afterwards. The bushing should start to compress some, and I basically go until I can hear them start to squeak a little bit. Alright, the end links on both sides are tightened down. We're just going to tighten our sway bar brackets back down, and then we will put the tires back on. I've got all the end link bolts and the sway bar bracket bolts all tightened down. Just here's all the stuff that we took off, and you can see all disgusting and worn. These pieces are Just want to point out I have a separate video where I explain and show how to change the sway bar bushings. Those were done earlier and switched to polyurethane. So everything's polyurethane now on those rear bushings. You could do it all at once, but it's actually easier to do it in two separate steps, meaning just change one of the bushings first, whether it be the sway bar bushings or the end links. That way, the sway bar is always still attached to the car, and you never have to worry about trying to balance it as you're trying to reinstall it, which is a big pain in the butt, especially if you're doing everything by yourself. All right, wheels are back on. We just did the most fun, satisfying part of any job, which is taking the jack stands off and lowering the car back down onto level ground. Just gonna tighten up the lug nuts, and we are done. Looking forward to driving the ZX and seeing how this full polyurethane suspension feels now.